T-Man, where you at? I'm almost there, boss. I'm almost there. I had to pull over a second. Well, let's just start the morning off with a problem. What's up, YouTube family? Gerald Greenlee here with Clean & Green Lawn Service in beautiful South Georgia. I was down at the shop, had trailer hooked up, everything. It's nasty, it's wet. And then I get a call from Z-Man. Z-Man's in the ditch or something down here. So, get my seatbelt on so that thing be quiet. He said he was at the end of my road. I think he's talking about the end of the other road. Hope he ain't off one of them big ditches, boy. So, just gonna ride down there and see what we got going on. Might be able to, I thought it was just one of these little small ditches he slid in. If he's in that big ditch, I ain't gonna be able to get him out of that. Him gonna be stuck. Might get the tractor down there. Although I don't know, I got about 1,400 pounds of concrete up in the back of this thing. Yeah, he ain't where I thought he was. He's down here probably in one of these bad ditches, so. Anyway, let me get down here and see what's going on. You gonna tell your side of the story, Z? I done told my side what I thought happened before I come down.
It slid.
I didn't really tell nothing. I mean, I did. I said, well, I gotta go get Z-Man. I thought you were right down here. I said, I gotta go get Z-Man. He done slid off in the ditch. And then I forgot to even show y'all. You can't park there. Oh.
Stamp land park.
Yeah. Yeah, I ain't gotta worry about nobody stealing it unless they got a wrecker. We got a wrecker on the way. Well, I called a guy here I know that's got one. I guess that is his cell phone, but he's usually at the store eating early in the morning. I know he must have hauled a semi or something last night, because he made it sound like he didn't start till 8. I said, hey man, you out in the bed? He said, no, I'm in bed. I wouldn't have called him if I knew he was in bed, but see, Jerome up here, they don't open till 8, I think, so I didn't try to call him. Anyway, we got a wrecker coming. They're gonna fish him out there, I reckon. And he got to work now. Yeah, he got a tow bill now, you know. Always something hard for a young man to get ahead. I don't even think I mentioned this to y'all. I mean, that's the second mishaps.
The first mishaps behind the seat in the truck.
Yeah. He got my speed limit sign as a souvenir. Good thing he got an old tough truck. So. T-Man, where you at? I'm almost there, boss. I'm almost there. I had to pull over a second. Oh. My. We'll get the proceeds from this video to Z-Man. So the 75 cents that we make, that'll help him out. That'll be, you know, 0.0001% of his record bill.
Yeah.
So, anyway. All right, YouTube posse, the wrecker just come and picked up Z-Man. We at the job site. I know this guy. I mean, you know, when you live in a small community like us, you know people. And I told him, I said, yeah, man, when I called him this morning, he was in bed. And anyway, he called me back and I said, yeah, man, we over here working. I said, but we'll meet you there. He said, where you at? I told him, he said, I'll just come by and get him. That way, you know, you ain't got to worry about it. So he was right down the road. So he came and got Z. And I went ahead and gave him some cash. People like that cash, man. So anyway, he's going to get him out, hopefully be able to get him out. And so here we are, man. We're that's a hole, that's a hole, that's a hole. You can see these little pods of grass out here. We already got all of our plugs pulled out on the main fence part. Now I haven't done the gate side or that side, but I want to get, my hope is is to get all these posts in and get the rails on this stuff first. And I feel like Z-Man can probably run the pickets. I'll have to work with him probably a little bit on, you know, measuring and maybe cutting them. But my plan is, now we only trying to get the post down today, and it's been raining all morning, and I can only work a couple of hours. So what I'm gonna try to do is get the post in if the weather holds off. But I was gonna show y'all this real quick. Now this is how I do mine. So if you see this is an 8-foot board. You see that mark right there, that marks at 7 foot 9 inches. Now what I do is I put this in the center of the hole, and then I do that, okay? So what I'm doing is putting them about 7 foot 9 inches apart, would be center to center. And the reason I do that is I got 8-foot rails. And what I do with the 8-foot rails is when I'm hanging them on the outside of these posts, I screw them in on one end. I got blocks to put them in there. Then I just take the skill saw and cut right up the middle, just set the depth on it where it barely goes through the 2x4. I cut right up through the center of it, and then I lay my next one on. And I just found that makes it more efficient to do it that way. And plus, doing the 7 foot 9 inches, you don't ever end up in a situation where an 8-footer won't work. Because if you're not careful, let's say if you're putting these dead on 8 foot, and when you dig this hole out, you set this post a little to the left, and you mess around and set that one a little to the right, what'll happen is you might have 8 foot 2.5 inches to center. Well, what's gonna happen then is your 2x4 rail is not gonna go from center to center. So then you're gonna have to get, if you wanna do it right and not just toenail it and leave it looking bad, you're gonna have to take and get a 10-footer and cut 22 inches off of it, you know, and just waste that piece of board. Now the other thing I do is I've already calculated that how many posts I'm gonna need, and I already know if that's gonna make me add another post or not. So what I got right here is not quite that big a section, but I would not worry about that in this yard. Now a lot of times, you know, you want to try to keep them even. I wouldn't worry about in this yard because you got your building here, you got these shrubs, you got your water tank. That water tank's not going anywhere, that building's not going anywhere. So this section is going to be about a foot shorter than the rest of them. Now what you can do when you get down to say your last 3 sections, you can take whatever that number is, kind of divide it by 3 and just kind of make them the same, you know, gradually. In other words, these would be 7 foot 3/4 inch. These right here might be 7 foot 3 inches for 3 of them. And you really wouldn't even notice that looking at it. We did end up with a 4-foot section in that corner, but because that's a corner up there, I don't have an issue with that. Because when you got those posts close together, especially at the start of a run there, it gives you more strength. And so again, now there are gonna be some people that do fencing, you're gonna push back against that, you're gonna say they all need to be even. At the end of the day, when you talk to your customer, and your customer, none of that stuff matters to your customer. You don't put a whole lot of time into worrying about it, okay? On this kind of stuff, that's my opinion anyway. So anyway, that's what we got going. I'm fixing to start putting some holes down, and then hopefully, and maybe you see what time it is, it's 8:42, so hopefully 9:30, 10 o'clock or so, Z-Man will be back, and we can start setting them. So I figured I'd just get the holes dug, get the posts set down in there, and then we can set them and drop the concrete in them and start packing them. So I better get to work. All right, look at there. We got a post down. We run into a little bit of a problem over here, so we didn't get that side up. We got it prepped and ready now though. I need to let the corner post dry. So we've had a wild day. Z-Man got us off to a good start, and it's been crazy since then. But anyway, right here is a septic tank. And so we had a post, 2 posts was gonna come out on it. And what we decided to do is we're gonna step the fence out 2 foot off the corner of the house. which you're gonna add some time to it and material, but we're gonna step it out these 2 foot here. So, you know, from the front out here, you'll be able to see pickets across there. And then we're gonna run it down here. I gave the homeowner the option. I mean, we could have went over the top of that. It wouldn't have really hurt anything. We'd have just set one post in the middle above the septic tank. But, you know, if he ever had any trouble with it and they need to take the lid or something off, I didn't want them to have to tear the fence down. So I told them we'd go ahead and step it out there. So I'm letting that post and the one on the far end here dry. We'll put a line on them in the morning and dig those holes. And so anyway, it is what it is. We got the rest of them set though, and right there, something must have that pushed out. That's off just about an 1/8. One thing about a fence, you won't tell an 1/8. So we cleaning up now. Go over here and take a look at Red Rover. See what Red Rover's got going on.
You should hear it when it's cranked up.
I'll show y'all something. Z-Man done had it tuned and deleted. Well, I don't know about tuned, but he has some stuff deleted off of it. Oh, yeah. Hey, that's what you call tuned and deleted, Z.
That's what you call a couple of tickets.
He's loud now, man. So, anyway, we fixing to pack up for today, get out of here, and get back on it tomorrow. So as y'all can tell, we've had a wild day for only a 5-hour work day. Started at 7 with Z-Man in the ditch, and of course he had to go back with the guy with the wrecker, and actually he was back at the thing by about 9:30. I mean, they didn't maybe before that, it didn't take long at all. They got over there and got it out, and he come back to help me, you know, do what we did. So not as much progress as I'd like to have. I really wanted to have all the posts except for where the gates go. I wanted to have all that set today, so we probably got 3/4 of it done. It'll take us about an hour in the morning to do what we didn't do today. But that's okay, that's just part of it, you know, there's always something. So and I'm new to doing the fences, and I didn't realize, I knew where his drain field was at, but I didn't realize his septic tank was out there. So that's just one of them things you know to check for in the future, and you learn from things. No different than you know, mowing lawns. You start out and you say, oh well, whatever you're gonna charge an acre, you measure it, you go, okay, it's that much money. Then you get there and you figure out you got to edge beds, and you know, they got a trampoline and a swimming pool and all this kind of stuff, and you think, man, I did that one yard in 45 minutes. This one takes me an hour and 15 minutes. Well, you got all that extra edging and trimming or whatever, so blowing off. So you just learn from things. It's all good though. I'm gonna go to the house and drop this trailer, and I'm gonna actually get the one, I think, with the wood on it, get a couple of tools and stuff that we're gonna need for tomorrow out of the other truck and throw in this trailer. And I gotta go see my CPA. So I think what I'm gonna do is come back through this way and go ahead and drop the lumber trailer over there that's got everything else on it we need. So all that'll be on site, and that way in the morning I can haul this one. You know, this at some people's house, I just leave it overnight if they right there in my community. But way over here, I didn't want to leave this tool trailer, even though I can lock it up and all. But the problem is at the house, if I need a drill for something, or I need something that's in this trailer, you know, it's 10 miles away. So it's not like being at Deacon across the road's house, or my neighbor that I helped do the siding. while I was helping him, I just left it there at night. But anyway, yeah, I got to go see the CPA. I ain't looking forward to that. Got about, what's the day? I don't even know what the date is today. 6 maybe. So got about 6 weeks somewhere in that neighborhood before taxes got to go out. So I need to get some of these projects done because I'm gonna need some money for Uncle Sam. But here's the deal: if you're in business and you're not paying tax, you're probably not making money. So I'd rather make money and pay taxes, you know. So I don't have any idea what I'm gonna owe, because my you know, all of my stuff's just way different this year, not being at a church for about 6 months. You know, not having housing that I got to pay taxes on and all that kind of stuff like I've had to do in the past. I hope it's going to be better, but we'll see. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and shut the video out here. Appreciate y'all watching. Hope you enjoyed our fun, we'll call it today, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video. And my prayer for you is always the same, that the Lord might richly bless you and that you might see all of your blessings as from Him. Hope you have a great day.